This is Sheila Launcher. His favorite website is hassle-free-cash-flow-investing.com.
Hello, this is David from hassle-free-cash-flow-investing.com, and today we're going to talk about how to get outrageously awesome financing by exploring different motivations. And so there are a lot of properties these days that could create positive cash flow with no money down, and the reason is because the cap rates or the property's ability to generate the income is so much higher than the interest rate, and that's because interest rates have been compressed artificially low. But there's a lot of properties that would, for example, you could get an 8% return and borrow the money at 5%, 100% financed, you're still going to be positive cash flow on a deal like that. The challenge is, how do you find a lender who's going to give you 100% financing? Lenders don't want to give you 100% financing because they want you to feel pain if you walk away from the loan. And so how do you find someone who's motivated to give you 100% financing? Because that 100% financing or high leverage financing or low money down, that's what creates velocity. Because when you have very little money down, you get infinite returns on your money very, very quickly. And so let's look at seller motivations. So who would be motivated to give you that kind of financing? Well, one would be the seller of a property. The person who's getting rid of the property might be motivated to do seller financing. They might be able to do a wraparound note and deed of trust for you. Or perhaps you could buy the property from them, put 20% down so that you can get a new bank loan, and then afterwards they can do a cash out second mortgage for you as a way of liberating the equity from the property. And you might be 100% financed, and the motivation of the party might be a seller. It might be a broker in the transaction. For example, you might go to a broker and say, I'd really like to work with you to do such and such. Would you lend me your commission in second position on the property? And some brokers will do that. As a broker, I love doing that. So if you're looking for a broker interested, especially in a commercial transaction, representing you, and you're looking to access their commission to go be a part of your capital stack, happy to talk to you about that. But so there's lots of motivations and motivated parties to help you get that kinds of high leverage. Here's another example. Let's say I've got a piece of land here, and you have a piece of income property. And what I don't have is income. You have income, I don't. Land is an alligator. It eats, it's negative cash flow. Unless it's a farm, or it's got a cell phone tower, or a billboard, or a grazing lease, or something like that. But that's improved land or rare occasions. Let's say I just have raw development land that's eating negative cash flow. Not good. What you have is maybe an income property that's positive cash flow, but what you need, because remember in our previous videos we talked about haves and wants. This person has equity, and what you need is equity or cash to go do your income property deal. So you've got equity, you have cash flow, this person has equity, you're trying to put a deal together, so you go to them and you say, Mr. Landowner, how about I use my credit score to go to my bank and get a cash out mortgage on your land. So we've used your land as collateral, we've used my balance sheet and my ability to borrow to liberate the cash. We use that cash to invest in this income property, and what I'm going to give you, Mr. Landowner, is going to give you some of that cash flow back to you for the privilege of using your equity in the land. So maybe this person is a real estate developer and their project is stalled for several more years and this land is doing nothing. Maybe they don't want to sell the land because it's a terrible time to sell land right now. And so you could activate some of the equity in their land to go into your income property, which produces income for you, and it produces income for them. You meet what haves and wants together, and you both win. Hope you visit our website, hassle-free-cash-flow-investing.com, where you'll find some excellent investment opportunities and more investing education. that's both creative and hassle-free.
Will you help me go to hasslefreecashflowinvesting.com?